Hi guys, it's Claire. So I wanted to do a Yukon update because I haven't done one for a while since I first got him back in April. So a little bit of a backstory on Yukon in case you haven't watched that video, but I will link it in the description below. So in late March, I kind of joked around with my roommate Bree that we should get a dog since dogs are allowed here. And it was like, that would be hilarious. And then like 3 days later, I got Yukon. So I got him from a rescue called Kaleidoscope Canine in Ohio. And they actually rescued him from a kill shelter in California like a month earlier. So he was rescued from California, I think in March. And then I adopted him very early on in April, I think April 3rd. He was 70 pounds between a year or two. We don't know his exact age, but he's a young fella and he's glorious in every possible way. At first, there was definitely separation anxiety issues where he's just like a ridiculously good dog. He doesn't jump on you, he doesn't bark, he didn't like chew on anything he wasn't supposed to, he didn't jump on the counter and grab food even though he totally could. At first, especially the first week, even if I went to take a shower, he would just whine like he was in pain. And then if I left the house, oh my god, it was horrible. He would just howl like he was being hurt, like physically hurt. And it was really distressing, and it was really difficult to try to figure out how to get that to stop. Obviously, one, we're in an apartment complex, so I didn't want noise to be an issue. And two, I just didn't want him to be so miserable every time I left because I do work and he was going to be alone sometimes. Now, the rescue I got him from made me get a plastic crate for him. They said it had to be plastic because he was actually, before me, he was adopted and then returned because they got him a wire crate, and I guess he broke out of the wire crate when they were gone and he had separation issues and he like destroyed their blinds. Which I also learned the hard way because we left him for a movie, I think within the first 2 weeks of us getting him, and he also destroyed our blinds. So our kitchen and living room has no blinds right now, which is fine, whatever. We lost the deposit, who cares? Even putting him in his crate, he was just so miserable in it because, one, I think the crate, even though it said it was for big dogs, like up to 100 pounds, I think it was still too small for him. I think he was claustrophobic. He might have been hot. He would bang his head against the crate to try to move it and to like break it open. He was eating the bottom of the crate and then just like putting his paws out. It was really intense. And then so finally I just ordered a really big wire crate. And I mean, it's really big. He can lay down like this in it and like spread his paws out and all that. And there's just been no behavioral issues at all, at least in that sense. So that's been really nice. I mean, he's not the most thrilled to go into his crate because he knows that means we're leaving, but he won't whine about it anymore. And I always give him a few treats to help out with the whining too. We did get a bark collar and that helped out a lot. Within the first like 2 or 3 days, the barking and whining and howling was pretty much eliminated. We haven't put the bark collar on him in 3 or 4 months. And I think it's part the collar, and I think it's part he just got used to us leaving and coming back and knowing that we'll come back, and the crate upgrade and just having more room and being more comfortable. He is so good now. I mean, he doesn't like knowing that we're leaving, but he doesn't seem to have like an anxiety attack every time now, so that's really good. I think he's definitely bulked up a little bit since we got him, so I think although I haven't weighed him officially, I suspect he's more around 80 pounds or closer to it. I don't remember if I said this, but he's an Alaskan Malamute, but he's a little bit small for his breed, so there's a good chance he might be mixed with Husky, but his tail doesn't curl up, and he kind of has like a wider set face and definitely like wide set ears and beautiful brown eyes. Yeah, right now one of my missions is to try to get him to learn how to play, because as of right now, he does not understand the concept of play at all. He is a ridiculously chill dog, which I'm so thankful for. I did not grow up with dogs. I grew up with cats, And in a lot of ways, he's very cat-like. He's very quiet, extremely chill. He likes to be around people, but he's not really seeking your attention necessarily. He won't jump on you. He's not gonna like lick your face or anything. I know some people I think find that weird because he is so relaxed, but I don't know. That's just his personality. And he does get excited about things like to go on walks. He like loses his mind over. Especially if he's been crated, and he's never crated longer than like 6 hours. But when he is crated, he'll like literally jump around and spin in circles because he's so excited to go on a walk, and he'll get really vocal. He'll kind of talk to you. He'll go like, "Row, row, row," and that means he wants to go on a walk right now. And he's always really happy to be outside. He's been doing this thing where he now like knows our routes. And so when he knows we are heading home, he'll turn around and look back at me and just like, row, 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 like angrily at me. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, dude, we have to go home. But he's so funny. He loves other dogs. He likes people, and people come up to him all the time. We're in a college town, so we get stopped a lot for people to pet him. Which he likes, he wags his tail, but he loses his mind over another dog. That actually also used to be a little bit of an issue. Like if he saw a dog across the street, then, you know, I'd have to worry about making sure that he didn't actually run into the street to go after this dog. Now, if dogs are across the street or far away, he just moves on. But if there's another dog coming towards us, that he just will yank my arm off so he can get close to that dog. And doesn't matter the size of the dog too. He loves little dogs for some reason. He gets so excited. I have to yell at the owner as he's like pulling me closer to them. He loves them. He loves them. He just wants to smell them. And he does. He just like smells the dogs and then moves on. It's so funny. But like he loves dog parks. He loves being around other dogs. But even at the dog park, generally a lot of dogs will play with each other or engage in play. And he likes to be around them. He likes to run around with them, but he does not understand how to play with them. And same with the toys that we have for him. He does not understand how to actually play with them. He loves bones and antlers, and he'll bring those into my room. Actually, there's one right there. It was not there last night, but it's there this morning because he likes to bring it in and just chew on it for a little bit. But he has a few other toys, like a rope toy and a little squeaky skunk toy, that he'll just kind of move around the house and like kind of very slowly start to tear up, but he doesn't play with it. It's very odd. And I would love to get to a point where I could do like tug of war with him to try to tire him out without having to take him outside to get some exercise in him, but he shows absolutely no interest in his toys at all. So I've been looking up online on kind of how to work through that and figure that out. So I'm kind of trying some things right now, but if you have any suggestions, or especially if you've ever had a dog like that, you should leave a comment down below, because obviously I don't know if it will work, and maybe he's just not that kind of dog. Maybe that's his personality. Again, I don't really know anything about his backstory except that he ended up in a kill shelter in California. So who knows if he really got the chance to play with other puppies or other dogs when he was growing up, and he just didn't get that socialization. So now he's kind of behind in that way. I don't know. I would love to figure that out and work that out with him. You know, it's not the end of the world if he never does it. I love him for the dog that he is and for the personality he has, and I'm very thankful that he's so chill and so relaxed and just such a ridiculously good, easygoing dog. But it's just something I think that would be beneficial to him, and I think that he would learn to love once he understood what to do. Other than that, he's just been a real good boy. He mostly just kind of hangs out. Like I said, I walk him at least 3 times a day, and then my roommates also help. So we try to walk him as much as possible because that's kind of what he's bred for. So he's very enthusiastic about it. And oh, such a big boy. I'm going back home to Iowa for the holidays because I'm going to be gone for like a week and a half. I'm taking Yukon with me. I'm a little bit nervous about that. He does really, really well in the car. Going to the dog park and stuff, there's no issues at all with that. but still, it's a 10-hour drive, so it's a little intimidating. My mom lives near several parks, so I'm super excited for him to explore those. All that. Yeah, he's so funny. You can just like... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi. Hi. Love you. So overall, he's such a good boy and a sweet boy, and I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity, especially to rescue a dog, to do so, because it is the most rewarding thing in my life by far, and I'm very thankful that I was able to adopt him and bring him into a forever home. But like I said, if you have any comments about the whole playing issue, definitely leave that down below. If you've ever owned an Alaskan Malamute, or let me know about your dogs, especially if they're a rescue dog, down below in the comments, and give this video a like if you want to see more like them in the future, and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my weirdo antics. Yukon and I will see you guys next time. Bye!